You think that just because you're eating 250 calories under maintenance that all of a sudden you're this frail little piss baby that can't lift the bar?
Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby!
What's up, guys? I'm Josh and I lift things, and I'm here to talk about cutting. How should you train when you're losing fat? Too long didn't watch? Don't train any differently. This is hopefully going to be a quick video, even though I know sometimes I tend to rant, but this is a very commonly brought up question. I'm not really sure where the question comes from or what makes you think that you should train differently when you change your diet. My best guess is that people are concerned with losing muscle mass when they're in a caloric deficit, which I understand. What confuses me more, though, is that if my assertion is correct, that people are afraid of losing muscle while cutting, what makes you think that you should change your training based upon your diet in order to stop that from happening? Like, why would that help? People never say, oh, I'm cutting, so I need to add more reps. It's always that they want to take away sets and reps. And let's think about this logically for a minute. Let's say you're bulking with the goal of adding muscle mass. Therefore, your training and eating is geared towards that goal, i.e., you eat enough protein and calories and you train fucking hard. Now, you are cutting with the goal of retaining muscle mass. Therefore, your training and eating is geared towards that goal. You now have less calories, but still enough protein, but now you somehow think that you need less volume and less intensity. You need to train less hard. How does this make any sense to you? Hopefully you watch my maintenance volume and my training specificity video, but it's already pretty well established that the retention of muscle mass is pretty fucking easy. Sure, your body doesn't want to be holding on to massive amounts of muscle at all times, but I guarantee you none of us are even close to our genetic potential in the first place to where your body's just readily trying to destroy muscle. In fact, losing muscle on a cut, if done properly, is pretty damn hard. And what I mean by dieting properly is not crash dieting with a massive fucking deficit and not consuming enough protein. And by enough protein, I mean like 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, or 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. You also have to continue to train, and train hard. Remember, training is the stimulus, and growing or maintaining muscle is the adaptation. Hell, even adding muscle mass while losing fat mass, which is known as a body recomp, which is short for recomposition, is easily attainable by multiple different groups of people, namely beginners and morbidly obese people, or people on like 800 milligrams of tren. Adding strength while in a cut is very, very doable for virtually everyone that isn't like some elite lifter, mainly because strength has such a large skill and neural component to it, and isn't really that impacted by a calorie deficit. Hell, it's not even all that impacted if you're doing like powerlifting when like you're in like ketosis. I guess what I'm trying to get across to you is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If a routine worked for you while in a caloric surplus, it will work for you in a caloric deficit, at least for some time. Yes, as you get deeper into a cut with an ever-increasing deficit, you will eventually start to dig into your recovery. You will have to drop some volume, either by lowering sets or reps, or even removing entire exercises. Yes, your progress will slow. Maybe while you were bulking up, you were able to add pounds to the bar each and every session, and now you're having trouble adding a rep or two. This does not mean that the second you start your cut, you completely change up your routine. You do not lower your effort proactively. You're just leaving gains on the table if you do so, because you have too soft expectations of yourself and what you can achieve. You think that just because you're eating 250 calories under maintenance that all of a sudden you're this frail little piss baby that can't fucking lift the bar? Get out of your own head and maybe try a little harder. You don't have to change your routine just because you're cutting. Eventually, yes, you will notice results slowing or recovery worsening. At that point, take out a set or a rep here or there, maybe an entire movement, and maybe eventually you'll have to lower some weight. That is fine. But you then keep doing the most that you can recover from, and then eventually that will change and you restart the process. The process mirrors the exact way to diet properly. You start out with finding your maintenance calories. You then get rid of a little bit. You then lose weight for a while. You then have to lower your calories a little bit more. Rinse, wash, repeat. You don't just go from eating 3,500 calories to then 1,600, because if you do that, you're an idiot. And you don't just go from benching 315 to 185 because you're on a cut, because if you do that, you are an idiot. Train how you train. Your body will tell you when you need to use a little bit less, or just take a deload. And guys, that is the video. If you like this style of content, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to see the next one. I post a new video every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Make sure you hit the little alarm bell to get notified too, because fuck it, why not? And then leave a comment. I respond to every single one of them, and it really helps out the channel. And share it to a buddy. If you really like this style of content, you can follow all of these socials. They will be linked down in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.